All right, here we are. The night before Tour de Fleece officially kicks off. I really wanted to start today as my official day. Last year, it was the first time I ever got into Tour de Fleece. I didn't really know the ins and outs of it, so I just jumped into it and started running and picking up things as I was going. So I felt like a total chaos spinner last year, even though I'm sure there's going to be chaos moments with me because I am still very new to spinning in general. There are things that I learned. One of the things is I would like to have all of my fluff organized. Know what I have in the yarn dungeon. I do have a limitation when it comes to my spinning wheel. I'm going to be using my e-spinner for the entire time. So my limitation for this is I have 6 bobbins. And 2 of them at the moment actually have something on. So this is what it's supposed to look like. All nice and empty, ready to go, ready for this fluff to get onto here. And I have 2 of them totally full. This was from all the way back in April. Yeah, so it has been sitting here for a hot second. So these 2 are going to go together, but I have a little bit of this floof left. I don't know. So this is where you and I just need to sit down, have a little chat, check out all the fluff that I have, just get ready for tomorrow. So that way I don't feel so frazzled in the morning when the day starts. I'm like, okay, what am I going to be spinning? Where is everything going? No, we're going to set everything up today. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Tour de Fleece. If you've never heard of this, this is an event where spinners all across the world get together. We spin for 23 nights. You can join a team. So Sarah from Muse 2320, Teresa of Get Ben's Farm, and I have got together and created a team, and that is Team Can Can. The only thing that you need to do to be a part of the team is say, hey, I'm part of the team. Just comment down below, hashtag Team Can Can. I'm excited, I'm here, I'm ready, let's spin. That's it. We are excited to spin. We want you to be excited to spin. So join our team. There you go. That's all you have to do. No registration, no anything. Also follow us on Instagram too, because I want to see what you're spinning. I'm nosy. I want to see your colorway. I want to see everything that you have ready to go for these next 23 nights. Okay, so those are my bobbins that are already full. So I have 6 in total. I can spin up to 4 because I'm going to apply them together. So I'll have 2 that I put together, the other 2 I put together, and then that will go on to the last 2 empty bobbins. Even that little bit of information was totally new from last year. I did make the mistake of spinning on every single bobbin that I had, and then I went to Muse 2320 because she does have a live get together. So every Sunday we're doing a Sunday spin along together and just flash your fluff, show us what you're making. So last year I went and I showed it, and they're like, that's amazing, but where are you going to apply it? And I was like, that's a great question. I don't have the answer to that. Lesson learned, and I only have what I have. That's what I'm working with. 6 bobbins, 1 e-spinner. The fluff can change. So as I go to the spin along on Sundays, if Get Ben's Farm has delivered more fluff, new colorways, anything like that, I might add a little bit more, play around with different things. So that I'm not capping. I have 23 nights, and I feel like if I set aside the time, like a couple hours every day, in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get through all of this. Am I going to? Probably not. That's very ambitious, but you know, let's do it. Dream big, reach for all of the fluff that you can. After it's been plied, I put it on the nitty knotty and then steam it, which sets the fiber. And there we go. We let it chill, dry out a little bit, and then I have yarn, which you and I are going to go through the entire process. Today we're just chit-chatting. I'm going to show you like everything there, but my nitty knotty is a 3D printed one because of the fact that I like to steam on it. So they have really gorgeous ones that are wood. I've seen ones that have beautiful design in them. I intentionally didn't get one of those because you can't steam directly onto it. It will eventually end up warping it, and then that beautiful craft work will just kind of be ruined a little bit. This one for travel, so going to the shop, and also for just setting the yarn right on it, this is perfect. So we have this handle right here, and then this one slides on here. Then we have these last 2 parts that go on the end, and basically you're just twisting the yarn around It makes me feel magical too, just holding this around, because this is basically the motion you make. You're crisscrossing on either side, which makes you kind of wave this around like a wand. Every single part of spinning is super enjoyable to me. I haven't found a single one that I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. I would rather just skip over this part. Every single part of the process is really, really fun to me. I don't know if I'm going to travel with this or not this year, especially because I am doing a lot, or as I shouldn't say a lot, but as much spinning as I possibly can every single day. So Sunday is going to be, I am collabing with Sarah and Teresa. So I'm going to be there basically just hanging out and chit-chatting about what everybody else is doing. So I don't know how much spinning I'm actually going to be getting done on Sunday. We're getting together as a community and sharing our craft together, which is just magical in and of itself. Okay, so here she is. I'm going to set it up tonight. We have this part right here, which is basically the feet part for a spinning wheel. You click it, and that starts and stops. I like to have it setting on my lap. It differs depending on if it's on my tripod versus a table versus just on the floor. I don't like to spin with it on the floor. I end up hunching my back a little bit more. It's just not good posture for me. I'm super hyper focused about my posture when I spin, because it's very, very easy for me to have my shoulders start to kind of creep up a little bit. So I'll go about 20 minutes, set a timer, and then it'll beep at me. I don't have to like get up and run laps around the house or anything, but just get up, move, kind of stretch my arms, see, okay, is anything feeling off? Is it tight anywhere? If not, we're good. Let's keep going. But just having those 20-minute reminders for me was super, super important. Okay, and then I have one of these still. That's good. I have been traveling with my e-spinner recently, and this is something that I'm always afraid I'm going to lose because it's the part that pulls the yarn through. But the magnets on the side here are crazy strong. I have yet to lose one of these. I shouldn't say that and put it into the universe, because we all know how that happens. But yeah, and then the bottom here has a battery pack, and then I also have a plug-in. So the battery pack I use when I'm traveling, and otherwise in the yarn dungeon, I'm just gonna have it plugged in. Last piece of equipment that I have is my steamer, and I have actually upgraded from a smaller version that couldn't be held onto the table. Like, it really had to have whatever garment or yarn needed to be up and vertical. So either I had to hold it, someone else had to hold it, and I just kind of go around and steam it. Otherwise it dripped. And I have a ton of clothing, a lot of garments, sweaters, cardigans, things that if they don't need to be hand washed, they at least need to be laid flat to dry. And I do like to run over them with a steamer afterwards to kind of relax the fibers again. So yeah, this has been a definite game changer for me. The reservoir holds quite a bit of water too. That was the other thing. The little one, 2 to 5 minutes that I could get, and then all the steam was gone. This one goes for quite a while. Like, it doesn't look like a ton of water, but yeah, it gets the job done. You can get a couple of garments back to back totally steamed. As I was putting my steamer away, I ended up finding 3 more braids. So let's roll into the fiber that I have that I potentially would like to spin, if not all of it, a little bit from each of these, because like this right here, okay, this one I had spun a little bit previously. You can tell because it's not quite as long as these other braids. But this one, hello Halloween, we're going pumpkin picking. We have a pumpkin spice latte in hand. The air is crisp, crunchy leaves underneath us. Like, yes, we're gonna be spinning this one. This is the one that I wanna focus on right at the beginning. You and I already saw this one when we went to Get Ben's farm. Teresa has created it special just for this event. There's a little bit of sparkle in it, tons of red, that dark black to gray to carbon, and it's so, so fluffy. I'm gonna keep this bag for right now because I can't leave this out when I'm not using it. My cats will nest in it and completely ruin it, just like felt everything all up. Don't worry, they have plenty of their own. There's a ton of fiber that I have spun that never made its way into yarn because I was just practicing. Felted it up, there you go. Now they have a bed, a pillow, a blanket, all of the things, but they like this stuff the best, and I get it because it's so light and airy. It's just beautiful. This is my main goal challenge of the 23 nights, is to spin as much of this as possible. It's huge. If you didn't see it fully laid out, definitely check out that video where I went to the farm and Teresa is holding it up. It is basically as big as her entire body. There's a lot of different ways I could tackle this to pull, and I don't think that there's going to be a wrong way to go about it. I'm just going to do what I normally do and pull strips. I feel like I'm going to get enough of the dark fiber as well as the red in every single strand. I mean, this is probably my favorite part of spinning, just feeling it out initially. It's super beginner friendly too, compared to one that's a little bit more compact together and you kind of have to work it or you have to brush it out a little. This is ready to go. I always underestimate how long these are going to take me to. I think one time I was at Muse 2320 spinning this up. I spent the entire day, like 12 hours spinning, and I didn't even finish this whole thing. So if I put that onto the calendar, this very well could be the only thing that I'm focusing on, and I really wouldn't be mad about that. Moving along, I do have a little bit of this from Teresa's farm left over. This is what is actually on my bobbin right now. I am super proud of myself for this one. That consistency of thickness of yarn, that's like the best that I've ever done. Next up, we have these 3 roving braids from Quirky Fiberworks. 75% superwash merino, 25% shimmer nylon. This is summerween right here. Immediately I thought of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and it is really, really soft too. I was expecting it to be a little tighter, but you can tell just by looking at it, there's a lot of air and a lot of space in between this. So again, I don't think I'm going to need my blending board. Oh, that was another thing that I didn't show you because I really didn't think that I was going to need it for this entire process. Basically, all of the colorways are the way that I want them. I don't need to blend any colors together. I'm pretty sure, let's see, if I can just pull from it. Oh yeah, that's going to be really nice to spin with. It really didn't resist me at all. It wants to be yarn and not worsted weight, but kind of DK weight, maybe into fingering weight. I don't want to do anything smaller than DK weight when I ply the 2 together. So going as small as fingering weight yarn would be as fine as I want to do it. More often than not, it leans from DK weight to worsted. So that's why in my head, I want to be like, okay, don't make worsted. So that way I have a little bit of leeway with how it turns out. And if I'm shooting for DK weight or fingering weight and I get to worsted, I'm fine with that. But if it goes anything bigger than that, it's just really, really chunky. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with it. DK weight, fingering weight, that's where we're gonna stay in between. I would love to make a cropped cardigan with this. Summerween fun, also Halloween fun, Killer Clown from Outer Space. I have a lot of that decor in my movie room. So being covered in this, I think would be amazing too. Does it actually have a name? I didn't even look. I just assumed Killer Clowns. There's no name. Killer Clowns. There we go. The other 3 we already showed. A Halloween pumpkin patch one. I found one more of this one, which is giving more Hexmas vibes to me. So actually, I don't think I'm going to spin these. These 2 I'm going to save for the winter season, which, oh my gosh, if you have not spun yarn in the winter season, you are missing out. It is so delightful. Did we see this one? No. This one, oh, was down here. So this is, I don't know, there's no tag on it. I don't think there's a tag on this one either. But this looks like an apple orchard right there. All the different shades of apples. It'd be super fun to make a capelet out of this one if I have enough. So we'll put that in the maybe pile. This is all the maybes. Maybe, maybe, and maybe. Definitely giving dark academia vibes right here. Something like a bandana, maybe a bookmark. Ooh, I don't know, I haven't thought of that before, but that would be yes for this one. Then this one, which is from the Fiber Witch Festival. This is from Dragon Horde. I don't have the tag on it anymore because I had all these plans to start spinning with it right after the festival, and you know, life happens. So I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile as well. I think it's called Kissing Kraken. This should go with the Killer Clown one. Yeah, I think so. Oh, I can make cardigan and I could do like little patches or something on there. This could be the pockets. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, and then the last one that I have looks like a cute bag of cotton candy. This is how it was displayed and held up in the Yarn Adventure truck. All Hallows Eve is the name of this collection from Fiber Littermates. So these ones are going to have to be played with together because on their own, it's like, okay, yeah, this one is nice. It's yellow. It has a little bit of orange in it. This one looks like a pumpkin. Oh my gosh. Oh, and this one is really soft too. You can see it kind of opens up like that. Maybe it's only the yellow one that I wouldn't want by itself, although it does have some orange in it, so it definitely could give off cotton candy, or not cotton candy, candy corn vibes. Do just like an epic cardigan altogether. This one looks like witch's brew. The purple, green, yellow, really murky green down here. Then we have this vibrant purple. That is amazing. More murky green. Some spots that are even white in here. Yeah, the white and light purple. That's really fun. And then the last one is, ooh, another dark academia color. Could potentially make a pullover sweater. Yeah, let's do pullover sweater, not cardigan. I've been feeling the pullover sweaters lately. And I am gonna like set them out a little bit so they can unfold. They've been chilling in the bag just because I loved having it hung up in the yarn dungeon. It looked like a bag of cotton candy. The decor by itself like that, and that's what I mean by each step of spinning for me is super enjoyable. I even like displaying the fiber when it's just in these roving braids. Now let's get into my setup for my spinning wheel. And once I set it up today, that's it. It's gonna sit right here. I'm gonna spin on my chase because I also have a TV and I can set my audiobooks up too. I got a lot of different options. There are a few movies that I do want to get into for the next 23 nights too. Like some of them that have just started streaming on demand, like Obsession. Okay, if you have seen that movie, no spoilers because I'm really excited to see that one. If you've seen it, let me know if you love it. I have high hopes for that one too. Okay, so starting with the very first thing that is super important to me and my setup is the tripod. This is the reason why I can sit and spin basically anywhere because this attaches onto the bottom, and this base or box that the battery goes into, it didn't come with this. This was like another piece that was 3D printed and I thought it was genius, and it is. It really, like, if you like to spin anywhere other than the table, you're gonna want the combination tripod and this box that basically just has a hole and then a metal piece that's screwed into the middle so it can twist onto this part here. It's been a second. I need to figure out the way that it goes on. Match those two parts up there and then just twist this bottom part. And it does need to be stable. I know that seems like a very obvious thing, but there can't be any space between the box and the tripod, otherwise this part moves a little bit. We have two different spots that's going to hold tension. There's this part right here, and then the part here that is not supposed to have a giant knot right there, but it's broke on me a couple of times and I've just retied it and it seems to work. So I'm going to keep using that until it doesn't work. I do have a little spindle of this stuff just in case. It came with a couple of extra strands, but when I saw that there was a few of them, I thought, okay, maybe the tension rubs on this and it breaks it. And so yeah, it definitely does. And I wanted to have extra backup right away. Right here, we have two different buttons on the top. I really should have showed this to you before it was on the tripod, but we're gonna do it the difficult way. It's two different directions to add twist to the fiber, which is incredibly important if you want to do a 2-ply yarn, because you can't do the same twist. It'll just take the twist out of it. I always like to go with the S, and then when I apply it together, I'll do the Z. And then the other button is the on and off. Over here is the metal strip where it holds onto this part, which pulls the fiber through. If you have the opportunity to have extra of these, there is another few magnets on the other side. Highly suggest that. Then over here is a little dial, and that controls the speed, 2 to 3. Like, let's just call it 2.5. And that totally depends on the fiber that I'm using too. So with the Masterbat 2.5, that's where I'm really happy with it. I can just glide with it. I don't really have to have any interruptions, stop, pause. It doesn't really break on me. The back has this little button here, and that tells you if the battery is on or off. We want it off right now. So there we go. We have the power switch, cords that attach to it. One of these cords is to plug into the wall, and the other one is the foot for the e-spinner. So then here is the part that goes on the top that I'm going to feed the fiber through. And there is this little metal part. Do not lose this. I have lost it in the yarn dungeon a couple of times. Not actually lost it, but it like flew off underneath one of my bookshelves or something. I thought it was lost, and it was definitely a day, because you need this part in order to put all these pieces together. There are a couple of spare pieces that I have, like this little bit of yarn, and this is one of them because it is easy to lose, especially when I'm traveling. Okay, so we put the bobbin in on this side. The flat side goes over here, and then there's a little ridge on this part. So flat side here, ridge over here. Put this metal part onto the bottom like that. So this part goes here, slides the metal part into the plastic, and the smaller metal part and the plastic go over here. There are these little like hooks right here that holds the fiber too. We'll feed everything through it, and then it goes this direction for me to see the yarn. Like, this is up way too high, but I'm just showing you how everything is. I like it a lot lower. Talk about raising my shoulders. Crazy high. The fiber goes through here. Use this, pull the fiber through, and then start spinning. And then I forgot about the tension parts. Okay, so this part goes onto the plastic bit, holds that in, and then same with this one over here. This just goes over top of the other plastic. And that is the one that I changed. So it's really, really loose right now. There's a little wheel over here that you just twist and tighten or loosen. And that's something that I have to play around with every single time. The tension is totally different depending on the fiber that I'm using. And then that is it. As far as the setup goes, that is everything that I need, and we're ready to go tomorrow. So I hope that you're joining me in this entire adventure next 23 nights, whether you're just hanging out here with me in the yarn dungeon, seeing what fiber I'm spinning up, or you're joining the Team Can, getting into one of the 3 categories. So that is it for today. Tomorrow, bright and early, I'm gonna get up, head down to the yarn dungeon, and start spinning on my e-spinner, see how far I can go tomorrow. Just incredibly excited about this journey. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a super spooky rest of your night, and I will see you in my next video.